be able to see afterwards. And believe me, all over the social media, I promise.
First off, I want to thank everyone who marched all the way down from the Human Rights Monument all the way here. Did not falter, did not leave, did not fall. Kept getting louder and louder until we reached Parliament. Everyone, please give yourself a hand. And for those in the back who can't see the demonstration, this is a group of children. It's a group of children who didn't have a chance. It's a group of children who didn't have the opportunity to live, to reach their full potential, and they were taken from us far too soon. And the moment I walked in here and I saw it, I started breaking down into tears. And these aren't real people who are alive, but in reality, these are people who are representing those who we've lost, those that we will never have back, those that can't come back. And for anyone who can see, these people are all laying down here with names, ages ranging from newborns to 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds. This is what's happening. This is the reality of every day over there. Every morning, in bodies like this. And this is why we march. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. Why we all came out here. Because at the end of the day, no matter where you're from, what you believe, you are a human being. You were born a human being, and you will die a human being. And we're going to get things kicked off here. We're going to have this audio who has a rap on Apartheid. Thank you so much, brother. So before I get in, I'm going to do a song for y'all called River to the Sea, but before that I want to make a quick announcement on behalf of several different organizations, including the Coalition Against Israeli Apartheid, Coalition Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions Quebec, Students Against Israeli Apartheid, Independent Jewish Voices, Gaza's Art, the National Council on Canada-Arab Relations, and the Canadians for Justice and Peace in the Middle East. So these are just some of the organizations that are coming together to organize a movement assembly on Palestine, because we need marches like this. We need marches like this all the time. But we need, and we're going to continue to march. We're going to continue to march and we're going to continue to protest. But we need to develop a strategy for actually ending Israeli apartheid as well. We need to come together and think strategically and come together. So August 23rd, if you haven't got one, please come see me afterwards. I hope you'll be there, because we need a more effective and powerful movement to end Israeli apartheid and stand in solidarity with Palestinians in their struggles for human rights and liberation. Can I get a free Palestine? Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Gaza! Free Gaza! Free Gaza! Free Gaza! So I'm going to do a song right now. This one is called River to the Sea. From the river to the sea, set every single person free. Without justice there can't be peace. No apartheid states in the Middle East. From the river to the sea, right of return for the refugees. Without justice there can't be peace. Tear down the wall, let's end the siege. Stick around, doesn't cut us a curfew. Occupation army in your hood just to hurt you. Checkpoint harassment, illegally search you. Apartheid crimes got nowhere to turn to. War crimes, white footprints that burn you. Refugees and thieves, the homes they can't return to. Bulldozers tanks, they can't scare you. Walls to ensnare you, they only prepare you. To tunnel under steel over a breakthrough. Racist colonial states, we hate you. Zionists, occupy Palestine, redraw lines. Anti-defamation propaganda, it's mine. Got us all believe in APAC lies, so we don't sympathize with the colonized. So in the divide, put your fist in the sky. It's the people with the power, it's time to uprise. From the river to the sea, set every single person free. Without justice there can't be peace. Tear down the walls, let's end the siege. From the river to the sea, right of return for the refugees. Without justice there can't be peace. No apartheid states in the Middle East. Down with the Zionist state aesthetic. Opposing real, you label anti-Semitic. Who's really the Semite? Who can really lay claim to the land as their chosen birthright? Who is their first right? Who was the first fight the cloud at the sea, as old as the earth, right? No design that shit ain't new. Europeans killing land, that's just how they do. I'm sorry it's true. Before Israel, Arabs with the peace with Christians and Jews, another few say that they want it all. Disregard the world and international law. And Gaza is a cage, not a prison, not a state. So they change hostages for a prison exchange. That's really to see the population from incarceration, occupation by a settler nation, apartheid colonization. That's right, the border keep changing. Palestine taking every cleanse of race and refugees, mass displacement, and can't get waiting while the war keeps facing. It's really only roads that they keep on paving. Stuck in checkpoints and they're getting impatient. And our voice after 60 years in the making. From the river to the sea, set every single person free. Bring them justice, they can't be peace. Tear down the walls that end the seas. From the river to the sea, make a return for the refugees. Bring them justice, they can't be peace. No apartheid states in the Middle East. One more time. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Gaza! Free, free Gaza! Free, free Gaza! Free, free Gaza! I want you to check it out. People's Social Forum, the Social Movement Assembly on Palestine. Let's come together. Let's meet each other. Let's strategize. And let's end Israeli apartheid!
Thank you so much. Okay, so next up we've got Hanif al-Hasuna. He's a Palestinian spoken word artist and poet. Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone. Thank you so much all of you for coming out. The outcome is amazing. Whether you're a Christian, Jew, Muslim, for any nationality, thank you so much for coming out and for this whole event. It seems that the continents have shifted. Germany collided with Palestine and Berlin wall walked over and made itself comfortable, dividing nations, dividing bodies, most of whom are children. They have become the sum of the genocide of cowardly dominating merchant dominators, causing fractions of bodies. Innocent, scattered these children have learned the sound of bombs, further learned the sound of their mothers. They have learned the rhythms of gunshot. It has become the lullaby, the center national. It has become the lullaby, replaced the national anthem of موطني موطني البهاء والثناء والجمال والجلال في رباك في رباك. Their national anthem has become موطني موطني الثمار والخراب والدماء والعدوان في رباك في رباك. They don't play hide and seek from each other, they hide from occupier and seek refuge from God. They don't play hopscotch with their fear, has made their ribs play hopscotch with their heart. They don't play tag with each other, they get tagged by occupier, and down they go one by one. They don't play dodgeball, they're trying to dodge bullets, but they do play hot lava now pools of blood, and no couches to jump on. They do play puzzles, putting the fractions of others together, trying to make them whole, begging them to come back to life. What have we come to? Children wishing death upon themselves. They want to take the Shahada because the only thing they left of their home is the West Bank and Gaza. How can someone feel so homesick in their own home? Their dreams shot down by drones, their bodies have become a bouquet of bullets so they don't blossom. I'm losing my brothers and sisters by the minute. I urge you to speak because your silence has been deafening me. Your sounds are so loud, to speak louder, keep your fists higher and your heads higher. For the Intifada Palestine have been waiting for me. Allah grant us, reunite us with Palestine and the afterlife. Ameen. Thank you.
Our next performer is Roa Al-Lee from Free Humanity Project performing a poem. I want to give her a round of applause.
Hello everybody, thank you all for coming out. Assalamu alaikum. So I'm going to be performing a poem. We're working on a Free Humanity tribute. It's going to be a video. This is the voiceover for the poem that I'm going to say right now. So how many of you guys still have a voice? So I'm going to need your help for this poem. At the end of the poem, listen carefully. You're going to hear me say, "We are still here." You're going to chant it 3 times. The last 2 times, I want you guys to say it with me, okay? How is that? She was born in a war-torn hospital to the most loving parents she will never know. Her father died a martyr. Her mother died a martyr. She died the night she was born. There was nothing wrong with the pregnancy, but everything wrong with the state. They are just one of the hundreds of families you will never hear about. When the media cuts out the truth, the innocent die. When the media glorifies genocide as self-defense, how can we expect to ever hear about these families? But I've been told that their occupation is simply conservation. Don't they know we are not fools? You cannot justify the murder of children looking for the limbs of their older siblings, daughters waiting on doorsteps for fathers who will never come home, sons shot down for raising their hands to shield their mothers. These are our children. These are your children born into war. I know they say peace is not the lack of war, but they will never know the truth of this statement because war is all they know. This war is not about a race or religion. It is a war against humanity, a war against morality. In this war, we cannot win. Too many have died for victory to ever taste. While 65% of the world is living under domination, why is no one asking when the United Nations plans to unite our nation? I came here to be free. But how can anybody be free with the knowledge that our brothers and sisters are being murdered while the whole world stands by doing nothing? Oppression is not only from those who throw the bomb. Oppression is turning our backs to the truth. So we are called terrorists for seeking out justice. Because the truth must be ignored if it is not profitable. But you cannot put a price on freedom. Victory will not be calculated by the number of casualties. For if that were the case, we are greatly outnumbered. Victory will come in the sound of screams. Gaza, we have not forgotten you. We can hear your screams, and we too will scream. So every nation looking over because for every one shot down, 10 of us will stand strong. And for every 10 shot down, 100,000 of us will stand strong. And we will not stop standing until the children of every oppressed nation can go to school with dreams of a future that won't end tomorrow. Children of the world, we have not forgotten you, and we are still here. We are still here. We are still here. We are still here. And we will be here. So freedom is no longer a war we must fight for. Like I said, we're working on a free humanity project. We're asking people to send pictures that say things like free life and free Palestine. So if you want to get involved, please send a message to freehumanity@outlook.com. Check out our page on Facebook.
Everybody make some noise for Rule Off for free humanity! Free Gaza, free Palestine, and the whole world to be free. The whole world must be free. So let's do it again, y'all. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Gaza! Free, free Gaza! Free, free Gaza! Free, free Gaza! Free, free humanity! 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 Free, free Gaza! Free, free Gaza! We have some more artists and speakers coming up, I think, so I'm going to pass off the microphone.
Thank you. So joining us now is Dylan from the Independent Jewish Voice.
So the death toll rose above 1,000 today. And we keep hearing from those who think they're trying to have a neutral position. They even sometimes get close to talking about that. But you don't actually hear who was it that was killed and who killed them. Well, we know it was Palestinians in Gaza, and it was Israel that killed them. 80% civilians, 200 children. And as the death toll continues to rise, one of the questions before us is, what can we do? How can we find hope to change this situation amidst the war crimes and the shock and the anger and the grief of such terrible and senseless loss? And how can we hope to change things when we have a government here in Canada that is not only neutral, but all too eager to be a cheerleader for Israel's criminal act. And the situation, it is ugly. It's in many ways more grim than it has been in a long time. But I tell you this, there is also much more hope than there has been in a long time. There is hope, because already observers are saying the protests in the West Bank are the largest they have been since the Second Intifada. There is hope, because we are all here today. There is hope, because ongoing protests are taking place from coast to coast and all around the world today in solidarity with Gaza. And Gaza is not alone. This is our third protest in 2 weeks here in Ottawa. Today in Montreal, it's their fifth protest. There are 75 more happening this weekend around the world. And there is hope, because AIPAC, the bad AIPAC, the pro-Israel lobby in Washington, not the good AIPAC here in Ottawa. AIPAC in Washington, they considered holding a pro-Israel rally in Washington, but they decided not to do it because they thought it would be too small. And they were worried that our movement would organize a counter-protest that would be larger, and they were right. They know that they are losing. And I bring greetings of solidarity from the members of IJV, Independent Jewish Voices from coast to coast, and other Jewish organizations that support universal human rights for everyone. And that includes Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank and everywhere. And I'm here to say to you and to everyone that the crimes that Israel is perpetrating are not in our name. And we will continue to organize in support of boycott, divestment, sanctions. And those organizations like CIJA, the Center for Israel and Jewish Affairs, so-called, and B'nai B'rith, and those who claim to speak for the entire Jewish community in Canada while defending Israel killing civilians, they are lying. They do not speak for us, and they do not speak for many. They do not speak for the Jewish community or Jewish values. They represent the 1% in the Jewish community, the corporate interests of a select few who happen to be Jewish and who happen to sit on boards of directors that in one way or another are benefiting from Israel's war crimes and the occupation. And in fact, there are several on the boards of groups like CIJA that aren't even Jewish. There are evangelical Christians, like Stockwell Day, the former cabinet minister. And so there is hope, because the support for Israel within the Jewish community is shrinking, and more people are joining groups like IJV. And there is hope, because even in Israel, there is resistance to these crimes. Over 50 members of the Israeli military are refusing to take part and be complicit in these war crimes, whatever the personal cost for them. And today, as we march here, thousands are in the streets of Tel Aviv marching against this massacre. In Tel Aviv, they are marching against these crimes. And so the question is, what is to be done? We need to keep marching, we need to be here, and we will be here. And we know that BDS is working, and it's another reason for hope. But what can we do right now, today, this week, here in Canada, to help end this massacre? By making the economic and political price for supporting Israel's war crimes too high. There are many things, but I will give you 5 things we can all do today, tomorrow, and in the weeks to come. Number 1, our pensions, like the Canadian Pension Plan, are quote-unquote invested in corporations that are profiting from the occupation. That's a shame. And we can and we must do something about that. Companies like Caterpillar and Lockheed Martin and other military contractors that are complicit and making money off the death of Palestinian civilians. We need to raise our voices and end this complicity of our pension plans. Millions of dollars of our money is going into this, and we can stop it. Number 2, institutional complicity. If you're a student or a teacher on campus or a professor, you can get involved with groups like Faculty for Palestine and challenge military research partnerships with Israeli companies and the Israeli government and Israeli universities that are helping to develop the kinds of weapons that are killing innocent civilians in Gaza as we speak. We can get involved in our campuses and change that, and people are, and we must. Number 3, while much of what we're saying is being ignored by the people who work behind me in this building, we have perhaps even more leverage in our provincial legislatures, where several provinces have research partnerships with companies in Israel and are subsidizing the complicit companies that are profiting from this occupation. Ontario is one of those provinces, and we can contact our member of provincial parliament and tell them this has to end right now, today. Number 4, SodaStream. SodaStream. There are many companies complicit in what's going on, but we've seen already we are winning the battle to end SodaStream's complicity. Their shares have been plummeting, thanks in part to Scarlett Johansson and the work of this movement. And we can finish the work to either drive them into bankruptcy or end their complicity in the illegal settlements in the West Bank. I invite you to visit CanadianBoycottCoalition.ca to get involved in that. You can download materials. If you're going to your local Canadian Tire or the Bay or your local kitchenware stores, they sell SodaStream, and we can get them to stop. All it takes is one person. Go up to the counter and tell them you're not going to shop there anymore until they stop selling SodaStream. And number 5, as Darius mentioned, there's the upcoming People's Social Forum. I know members of IJB from coast to coast will be gathering here in Ottawa to take part in the Social Forum and in the Palestine Movement Assembly. And we need to, all of us, gather and bring our friends and family to come together to build the biggest movement in this country from coast to coast for boycott, divestment, sanctions there's ever been. And again, we will continue to march. We will continue to call and phone and email and visit our members of parliament. Please do visit them, because while they may be able to send you a form letter if you send an email, it's a bit more complicated for them when you show up at their doorstep. So please do that too. Thank you. Viva Palestina! Free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
I want to personally thank Independent Jewish Voices for all the work that they've done over the last year that I've been here. Members of the Palestinian Student Association on campus, and they have helped out so much. It is just a wonderful thing to see Jewish people defending their religion and standing up for their name in opposition of what's going on with the Zionist regime. I just please one more round of applause for IJB.
Two things before you go, or 3 things before you go. Do you see that huge flag right in the middle?
Yes!
Look, we encourage you all to sign it. Where's the pen? There's a pen on the side. So before leaving, write your name and your city and your agency license. Also, for all the volunteers that have volunteered to do the demo, if you can stand up, please. And this is just a
Round of
couple.
applause.
Yeah. Please show the names of the people that are on your stomach. Up, up, up.
Show your appreciation, guys. Louder. These guys. On your local news. These are the ones that are going to be on your newspapers. And everyone is going to see. That Stephen is going to see over there inside in that Parliament building. before I leave, I just want to tell Steve that we're here, and we will always be here, no matter what, defending Palestinians and defending human rights in general. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Keep marching. Keep being vocal. Keep getting the message out. Just keep on keeping on. Just until this ends, it is up to us to make sure that the people behind us are listening, watching, and most importantly, feeling what is going on here. Thank you. Have a good day.